All right, hey guys, OFD checking in here, and welcome back to the channel. Now, today I have a watch from a company by the name of Melbourne Watch Company, and it's just like it sounds. This company is out of Melbourne, Australia. I was fortunate enough last year, I was up at Worn and Wound, and yeah, I know today is the last day of Worn and Wound 2019. In San Francisco, California, unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it up there, but last year I did run into this company, and I was able to look at a number of their watches at their booth there, and they really had some nice product. Now, recently they reached out to me and asked me if I'd like to show one of their watches on the program. Taking a look at the specifications of the watch they sent, or the information on, I was really excited. So let's go ahead and get this box open and take a look at what we have in here. Now, one of the things I wanted to mention right off is the packaging from Melbourne is really nice packaging and do an excellent job. They package their watches more as what you expect from a luxury watch brand, and I think that's really nice. Now, like I said, the company is out of Melbourne, Australia. They are actually designed and manufactured in Melbourne, Australia, and the company's been around since 2013. Nice wooden box with the name actually, laser cut into the wood there on top. You have a push button opening here, which is a very nice touch for this type of packaging. Go ahead and open it up. You can see the watch there in the packaging. This is the Portsea, the standard model. Very simple complication three-hand watch. We'll get into that in a second. Opening this up here, you guys can see up in the top, you're going to have your warranty card, all of your information about the watch up in there. But I know what you guys are really here for, and that is to take a look at the watch. So let's go ahead and set this stuff off to the side and take a look at what we have here. Now, this is the Portsea, very nicely done marine watch or a deck watch. You have a very nice legible dial on this watch. Those Arabic numerals all the way around. Nice railroad track for that seconds or minute track. Very much what you would consider styled after an original marine chronometer. If you guys watch the channel, you know recently I picked up my Laco Cuxhaven. Thank you, Lee, for explaining to me how to pronounce that. But it is a beautiful marine watch, and this is no different. This is an absolutely stunning piece from Melbourne Watches, and for the price point they offer these watches at, it's just absolutely wonderful. Now, getting into the specifications of the watch, now I know it's a 40mm case from side to side. We'll go ahead and just verify that here with the tool, and yes, clean 40mm from side to side. Lug tip to lug tip on this watch comes in at 47.9, so 48, which to me is a real sweet spot. Now, 12mm of thickness on this watch to the top of the AR-coated sapphire crystal, and you have a 20mm lug opening. So, extremely classic size, and that 12mm of thickness is going to make this a nice watch for wearing for just about anything, from wearing it out during the day or wearing it under a cuff on a jacket. This is obviously an IP-coated, a gold IP-coated case on this watch, nicely polished. You have these beautiful lugs coming up just over the edge of the case, just kind of between the edge and the top of that polished, non-turning bezel on the watch. Very clean and classic lines on the watch here. You have this alligator-style genuine leather strap on the watch, which I can tell you has a real good, high-quality feel to it from others that I've looked at. Nice polished buckle on this with the Melbourne logo also. Now, after getting the specs out of the way, there's two things I really want to point out on this watch that I really appreciate. Now, the first thing is obviously this clean marine-style dial. This is actually a stepped ceramic dial on this watch. So the outside, you have a flat, almost a polished type of a ceramic insert here on top with the numbers painted all the way around it. And then you have this nice stepped piece down here in the center of the dial. The center of the dial actually has this horizontal pattern to it, where the Melbourne Watch Company logo is painted on up there. Very clean, nice design. I do like that. Down below at the 6 o'clock position, you have a date window and you have the Portsea just above there. You can see the clean sweep of this second hand on the watch. That's provided by the wonderful and very much used Seiko NH35 automatic movement. That's a 24 joule movement, and it has about a 40-hour maximum power reserve. It's a low beat movement and 21,600 vibrations per hour. But always been known as a movement to get the job done. So also, as you can see, let me bring it up here a little bit closer and take a look. You have blued hands on this watch, and also on the back of the seconds hand, you guys can see, as they always do, they have the Melbourne, the M, on the back of that second hand so that you guys can see that. Looking a little bit closer here, you guys can get the beauty of the dial on this watch. It's just very well done. They take their time in designing this watch. I mean, everything is stepped. You can see there's a step to the railroad track. There's a step down for the hour track, and then it steps down to that main part at the center of the dial. The Portsea is just a very classically done watch. So the dial is very impressive to me, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. Another thing that I really, really love on this watch is this coin stamped case back. I mean, take a look at this. This is just really, really a neat watch. The case back with this logo on the back, I really like it. It's one of my favorites I've ever seen, to be honest with you. Automatic movement, 100 meters, water resistance. So this watch is nice and water resistant. Now on the website it said 50 meters, but I'm going to go with what's on the back of the watch with the 100 meters of water resistance. You have the number here, the 2018-302. I'm assuming this is number 302, made in 2018. Melbourne and caliber NH35 there on the back. Let you know it's a 24 jewel movement. So excellent looking watch from Melbourne Watch Company. I'm going to go ahead and pause it, and we'll get this watch on my 7-inch wrist. All right, so there's the watch on my 7-inch wrist. A classic, deck watch, marine style watch, very legible, gets the job done, easy to read. You're not going to have any problem reading this. And look at the dimensions on the watch, the way it sits on my wrist. That 48 millimeter lug to lug length always sits very well on my 7-inch wrist. 40 millimeter case, of course, is just about perfect. Nice watch, nice watch. Now these watches, I think they're $595 Australian, or that comes out to about $419 US. With the work done on this watch, the ceramic, bezel or dial that's on this watch, that coin stamped case back, the packaging of these watches came in, made in Australia. It's quite a bit of a watch for the money. Definitely go check them out. I'm going to leave a link to Melbourne Watch Company down below in the description. So no loom on this one, guys. So if you stuck around, thank you. And we're not going to have a loom shot. But if you like the video on the Melbourne Watch Company Portsea, give me a thumbs up down there at the bottom. And if you've not subscribed to the OFD channel yet, please do. Please do. Thanks, guys.